voice of resentment might challenge you, but it's not always the truth. Day 23 of Brew in the Stew. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Brew in the Stew, day 23. Yesterday, I was talking about boredom and how sometimes boredom is not failure, it's just the work getting real. But today, I want to talk about the other side of that. Because yes, discipline matters. Yes, reps matter. Yes, you have to stay with something long enough for it to actually build something inside of you. But if you're not careful, you can force it in a way that actually poisons the thing that you're trying to love. There's a huge difference between being disciplined and being at war with yourself. Commitment is one thing, turning the craft into punishment is another. I think a lot of people might do this to themselves without realizing it. They think if they can just push harder, judge themselves more fiercely, criticize themselves more strictly, hold themselves tighter, then somehow they'll become great faster. But a lot of the time, that just makes the whole relationship brittle, and brittle things break. You can bully yourself through a session, you can shame yourself into a few more reps, and sure, you might squeeze out a little bit more work for the day. But if every time you show up for the craft, you make it about punishment, eventually some part of you stops wanting to come back. And that's dangerous because the goal is not just to get better, the goal is to still want to come back tomorrow. That's the real long game. Alright, so what do we do with this? We start by being truthful to ourselves. Are we actually practicing right now, or are we just punishing ourselves because we feel guilty? That's not the same thing. Sometimes the right move is to stay with it. Sometimes the right move is to shrink the assignment and make it more manageable. Sometimes the right move is to stop for the day before resentment gets in and starts attaching itself to the thing that you care about so much. Because once resentment gets in, it starts talking. Maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe this isn't for me. Maybe I don't actually love this. The voice of resentment might challenge you, but it's not always the truth. Sometimes that voice is just exhaustion mixed with a little bit of disappointment. So no, don't let boredom scare you away from the work. But also don't force the work so blindly that you poison the relationship. Discipline should strengthen the bond. It should not tarnish or destroy it. So today's challenge is simple. Pay attention to the way that you talk to yourself while you practice. Because the thing that shapes you is not just what you practice, it's how you practice. That's day 23 of Brew in the Stew. That's good brew.